Market conditions still bullish in this bull market rank of 25.44, and continuing that overall upside, running into some resistance here, that 564 level. Momentum still holding up here into this bullish trend zone, as well as breadth also looking strong, and sentiment continuing to remain strong at these levels. If we jump over to buy-sell ratio, and we saw a slight improvement yesterday, up to from 2.02 up to 2.47. So continuing to see bulls in control, at least as far as the breadth indicator. And let's take a look at some of the indices. S&P 500 holding up nicely yesterday. A lot of the indices had a little bit of a reversal day where we had this open, we had the rally higher, and then it pulled back and ultimately closed down negative. That's that black bar right here. That black bar essentially is, when we switch over to candlesticks, it's just a down day. So when you're on the signal setting and you're in these trending zones, but you want to see an up day or a down day, the black bar just represents a red day or a down day. That's S&P 500. We've got some economic news coming out this morning that may move the markets, but we're sitting right at resistance, that 565 range. S&P 500 right in between that 554 and 565, and in that momentum zone above this Fibonacci 236 location. So watch to see what kind of reaction we get today going into a holiday weekend, and markets are closed on Monday as well. We'll see what that what market conditions bring for us today. If we jump over to bonds, we've talked about this price pattern here, still in momentum for TLT, the long-term bond, and pulling back here a little bit. We're now starting to get that pausing coloration on the trend profile, and that is really nothing overly concerning, at least as of yet. We want to continue to see that moving higher, to see those interest rates starting to pull back. More importantly, though, we want to see SHY, the short end of this yield curve, continuing to do well and moving higher as we see these interest rates still in play and still dealing with rate cuts and inflation and recession. All of those things are still major interest points in the markets right here. If we jump over and look at sectors, still continuing to see strength in sectors overall. We've got three that are back into that hold range. We had energy that had that short-term downtrend shift back to up again. Let's take a look at that price pattern here. Still kind of ugly in that retracement, but it's could be bottoming out here in a deep enough retracement pattern. Some potential bullishness for a trend shift. Keep an eye on energy at these levels as well. If we jump over to commodities, we've got gold that's sitting just right at a really close breakout point, or a continuation of that breakout point. It's holding this range here. Now also hugging that 234 range. Possibility for a breakout above that 234 range for some continuation in gold. Silver also similar pattern, but a little bit deeper in the trend, not quite up into that momentum zone yet. You can see this is where we want to be for that trending profile. Silver getting close to that level. And then we've also been talking a lot about USO, which is the ETF for oil, pulling back right here, still kind of stuck in that choppy mess. And but finding some potential legs right here, some support at these areas, a little higher low on USO over the last pullback that we've seen. We'll see if it can get any momentum and push up above that $78 range. Muscle stock group, still continuing to see a lot of medical names, biotech names. DNTH, which showed up in the scan the last few days, is still sitting right around that $29 level, looking to continue that momentum. That 6-month time frame looking a little bit choppy. Some other nice names here, DYN in the momentum zone, some nice, not a real nice confirmation bar, but a confirmation bar sitting at support. There are another handful of stocks here. Lots of these medical names, biotech, anything to do with medical, we're seeing show up in those scans. CDNA, nice, also uptrend in the momentum zone, and some other stocks as well. BLBD. A Bluebird, which is the yellow buses essentially. Those are it's a nice looking pattern, almost to the momentum zone. There's some resistance happening right here, but some good names to look at for today and going into the long weekend. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.